Having a dog is stressful sometimes. Say hi, king girl. Anyways. Nala. Please go away. Sit. Hi, hello, welcome back, Bookers Besties, to another video. As you can see by today's title, as you saw by the thumbnail and the title of this video, we are going to be doing a reread or a read-through of the War of Lost Hearts series. I have been mentioning this video for a very long time. I think I started mentioning this back in like November, maybe even October. And it's finally here. You are finally seeing it. Hopefully this is probably the last video you are seeing of January, because I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks filming, reading these books. I expect myself to not read anything else unless I'm like at work and I take my iPad with me and I read like on my iPad. But I digress. We will see what actually happens. But with the mood I'm in right now, I want to sit down and binge a book. And so we're going to binge through this whole trilogy, which is over like 13,000 pages, I believe. I should actually do a calculator with you and see how many pages it is, because I'm pretty sure it's over that like 1,000 pages for sure. But I think it's close to like 1,500 pages, which is a little insane, but that's just who I am, because book 1 is 506 pages. Book 2 is like 620 something, 630 I believe. $624. That's already 1,000 something pages. And then this one's like over 7. Oh, this is close to 2,000 pages in total. This whole trilogy is 1,839 freaking pages. That's a lot. Anyways, we are going to be starting with Daughter of No Worlds, and then obviously finishing it out. This will be my 3rd time reading Daughter of No Worlds, my 2nd time reading Children of Fallen Gods, and my 1st time reading Mother of Death and Dawn. I do want to put it out there that this will be spoiler filled. I am telling you right now there will be spoilers, but every time I talk about spoilers, I will put like little spoilers thingy on screen for you, and I'll tell you a time frame to jump to so you don't see spoilers if you haven't read this whole like series. But I need to talk about it in spoilers because I love this too much. Like, this is a 4.5. This was my best book of 2025, and I'm expecting this to be my best book of 2026, unless something beats us out, or unless it's in a 5-star, 6-star, then I don't know. But I'm expecting this to be my favorite book of 2026. So it has a lot to hold up to, but we will see what actually happens. Not gonna keep you any longer. I've kept you here longer than you really needed to be, but I digress. We're gonna dive straight into book 1. The first line with you guys. This only feels right. Starting. Well, I don't know if I should read the first line. I'm gonna read this little line in the prologue, and it says, it's one of my favorite lines ever. It begins with 2 souls who find themselves suddenly, utterly alone. worried about the fact that he's dead. He's not worried about the fact that Esmars is laying on the ground dead. He's more worried about Tasana. Give me a best friend like that. It's been a couple of days since I recorded that intro for you guys, and I'm finally 100 pages in. Let's chat, because I forgot how good the beginning of this book is, because first of all, Max, my baby boy, my cutie pie, yeah, I don't know. If you don't want spoilers for the first 100 pages, then skip to whatever time that editing me is putting on the screen for you to skip to. But I'm gonna go like in depth like the first 100 pages of this book. First of all, the beginning of this book is very hard to get through because the prologue chapter is literally Max in the middle of the war and having Nura like go into his head, like once you know the like intricacies of what is going on and why the prologue happened the way it happened with Max and Nura, I feel hurt for him. Like, this is the woman you love. You loved her. You thought you were gonna spend your life with her, and then she turns around and does this. Yeah. And then also watching Tasana like basically sacrifice herself in the beginning of this book at such a young age, that literally lays out the groundwork for what type of character she is going to be throughout this whole series, pretty much. The type to like sacrifice herself for the greater good, I guess. And then going on to like, I don't even know what chapter it is, but whatever chapter Tasana kills Esmaris, and then the following chapter after that where Serial like helps her get out and escape, knowing that it could cost him his life and everything that he's ever known, but he's still like, you have always wanted to get out. You go and you come back and you get me. Like, he has full-fledged faith in her of like going and coming back. If that's not a best friend / brother, then I don't know what is. I need a Esmaris for myself. Like, I need an Esmaris. I need a Serial for myself. Esmaris can go fuck himself. Old crusty dusty dude. We don't need that. We don't need those vibes. I'm trying to think of what else. Tasana and Max meeting for the first time. hilarious, but also I understand. Like, having the small amount of context we have with Max from the beginning of the book to where we are now kind of helps you understand why he has the animosity he has towards Nora, but also towards the orders in general. You get it, you understand it, but like seeing it from Tasana's point of view, because we don't have her point of view right now. We don't get her point of view. I mean, we don't get his point of view until like over 200 pages in, if I remember very correctly. And yeah, 279 pages is the first time we get a Max POV. So, like, her being clueless is kind of cute. The training that we have going on already, this small little minuscule we've got, the one training session we've had in the 100 pages, really highlights how hardworking Tasana is, how much she wants what she wants. It's great to see, like, obviously in all the fantasy books we have female main characters who grow into their powers. You have that with Tasana, but you also have someone who was literally enslaved, escaping and not knowing what to do with their freedom and being confused by the world. I love this book so dearly, the way that Carissa Broadbent writes. I literally, second time I read this, I was annotated. There's a quote I'm gonna find. It's gotta be somewhere here. Listen to the way Carissa words this. My tattered, dirty, bloody jacket. A jacket that could have only been worn by someone who was close to death. Someone who had been seen and experienced terrible things, who had closed their eyes every night wondering if they could open again in the morning. Close the book. Close the book. Alright, I get it. Alright, I'm done. We're only 100 pages in. We're only 100 pages into this reread. What is going on? I'm going to go back to reading. I'm on chapter 13. Literally exactly page 100. I'm going to go read because I really need to get through this because this video has to be up 2 weeks from today. So... here to tell you that I'm going to be honest with you, and from here on out, there are spoilers. So if you're watching this and you want to continue watching it, I would advise you go read Daughter of No Worlds before you watch this video if you don't want spoilers for it. Or if you just want to spoil yourself and see if you want to read the book yourself because of how it makes it sound, then go read it. But I wanted to be honest and open and tell you that it's going to be spoilers from here on out because I can't not spoil the book with how I want to talk about the book. So, have fun. Okay, besties. I am like 200 pages in, not 100, but I'm 200 pages in now. So time for an update on how I'm feeling and where thoughts are. Although this is a reread, I still want to keep you updated pretty regularly. This is sickening. Do you know how sickening this is? Like, not in like the sickening as in like bad shit has gone down. Like, some bad shit has gone down, but nothing as dark as like book 2 and book 3 are gonna get. And I just no, I don't even think you understand. So we're in the midst of like Max training Tasana. They've gone on that little mission to Tarn or whatever, however you say it, however you want to say it. They've done that. And like their dynamic has definitely changed. Their romance, the slow burn romance is burning. We have a little candle lit, a fire under our asses, if you will say. I'm ready for them to kiss. I know that's not coming for a little bit, but I'm ready for them to kiss. I just, the way I feel about these two characters means so much to me. And like we're slowly, at the point that I'm at, we're slowly uncovering like Max's past and like why he won't talk about it. Not why he won't talk about it, but just like things that happened. And like his siblings, specifically Kira, his youngest sibling, which I think he was probably the most fond of, if we're being honest, because he's the one who like, he mentions, and you can hear like a little break in his voice as he's talking when Tasana's like the way Tasana's describing it to you. And like we even got into the depths of like Tasana coming to terms with Esmaris and that like he wasn't really in love with her. He was in love with the idea of her, but also the idea of breaking her into who he wanted her to be. Yeah, no, this has some very dark things in it, but like it's such a good book. I can't even tell you. I don't even know how to like describe it to you. I do have a quote that I want to read to you. They're talking about Esmaris because previously he saw her scars on her back. And so he's like, I hope whoever did that to you is dead. And now they're kind of bringing it up again as they talk about their past. And he's like, I hope that you don't regret it for a second. She says, he would have killed me. He says, he would have. Fucking monster. Not always. My voice trailed off. How can I even describe what Esmaris was to me? All the twisted, uncomfortable shades of our relationship. He was kind. Sometimes. I thought he cared for me in his way. And yet, that man who looked at me with such sparkling affection was the same one who stripped the skin from my back, lash by lash, with every intention of continuing until I was nothing but a lifeless sack of flesh. But it was only at the end that I realized, I said, he loved me as a thing belonging of him, not as a person. Oh, my heart, the way my heart breaks for Tasana because she has given up so much. She literally sacrifices from the beginning of the book for these slavers to take and like sell her to whoever they sold her to. Gets sold to Esmaris eventually, somewhere in there. Literally, I think he's had her since the beginning, since the first time she got sold, if I'm not remembering correctly, but I'm not really sure. Gets sold to Esmaris. Esmaris like uses her, assaults her. Then, when she tries to buy her freedom, he nearly kills her. Then she ends up killing him and barely making it to Aura. Like, it's so much. And like, we haven't even dived fully into Max's backstory. And that doesn't happen until like the later half of this book. But knowing that is coming breaks my heart. I don't know if it's just because it's the reread. It's my third time rereading it. And the first time I reread it, I was like, okay, 4 stars. Really, really enjoyed it. This time I'm reading it, I'm like 5 stars. What was wrong with me the first time I read this? Like, I don't know. But I'm enjoying this so much. Like I said, the slow burn is burning. You have Tasana doing like little glances and their relationship is building. They literally were just talking. And it was like, you say this now, but what will you ever do when I'm gone? And it shook them into silence because they hadn't really thought about what will happen when she's gone. Although we know that like nothing really happens, but like, like what if it were to happen? And it like seeing them have to come to terms with that. I am going to go read. I have marked this for every 100 pages, starting where I was today in all 3 books. I want to try and strive for 100 pages. I know this is coming to at the end of the month, end of January. I don't know if this is or not. We will see. I would have to read like probably close to 200 pages a day if I want to get it out to you by the end of the month. So we'll see what actually happens. But hopefully you're not getting this too late and it's coming out like early February at the latest. But I'm going to go read some more because you have work and you have to leave in like 45 minutes. So I'm going to go read, finish these last like 40 pages of my 100 pages for today and see if I can get even further. And then, So in the last clip, you saw that I got to literally part 2 of Daughter of No Worlds. And I think you've only seen 1 clip, and that was literally that clip. Maybe 2 clips, but I digress. So we're part 2. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, because I am now over 250 pages into this book, then skip ahead to whatever time frame that editing me is putting on the frame for you, so you don't have to hear me spew about how Max feels about Tasana. Are we ready? Because this is a long one. You are going to hear it all because this is one of my favorite moments in the book. Finally getting to see the way that Max views Tasana a little bit, just a little insight into it about how he's felt for like the first half of this book that we didn't get to see because we don't have his POV in the first half of this book. It's more like the first like 55% of this book, we do not have his POV until just now. And so now I need to read this to you because we get an insight into what exactly he feels. Ready. If I was a smarter man, I would have known from the very beginning that it was all trouble. Even when I had known her for mere hours, Tasana was wringing concessions out of me before I realized that I was making them. I'm inviting you inside, but only because. You can stay here for tonight, just tonight. I don't know why I believe you. If you go, I go. Always a step further, a step further. She drove forward with such relentless determination, always, no matter what. How could I not follow? And while every one of those steps hurt like muscles creeping back to life after years of disuse, they still felt so right. A slow, tentative, utterly fucking terrifying return to a natural state. Still, I didn't realize. Not when I agreed to let her into my house, or my mind, or my past. Not even when I realized that every time I was without her, I found myself collecting little stories and oddities to tell her about when I saw her again. Like Saul's last slip into my pockets. Maybe just a dash of it seeped through my thick skull that night when I stood behind her, barely touching and yet drowning in her scent and her skin and my own warring blood. Trouble, Max, trouble. But that was nothing compared to this moment. The moment that I stood there, watching her walk up to the steps to the towers, knowing that nothing I could say or do would stop her. And could I blame her? There was still so much I couldn't tell her, and it was almost poetic. That the very thing that had made me let her in that night nearly 6 months ago, that determination, the powerful tenacity that made me believe in someone for the first time in so long, that would be the thing to wrench her away. Despite it all, I still admired it, even as I hated it. And it was only then that it became all clear. All those little steps were leading us right over the edge of a cliff. I didn't see any of it till it was too damn late. Bro, I literally, the second time I read this, the second read of this, okay, where I fell in love with this, that quote, that whole, like, ordeal gave me chills. Chills. Because we finally are getting an insight into how Max feels about Tasana after knowing how Tasana is slowly falling for this man from whenever they meet up until the point that we're at in this book. Okay, we can see the little things of them falling for each other, even though it's kind of odd seeing it through Tasana's eyes, but like you get it, like you see it, you see the little stolen glances they have at each other. So like having that whole thing, peak, okay. I'm gonna go. I'm probably not gonna update you at 300 pages just because I'm giving you such a long update right now. So while we're here, let's chat because I am on page 281, literally middle of chapter 39. Yeah, no, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, rereading this has literally ignited a fire within me. And now all I want to do is sit, read. And, like, even reading it yesterday, I was like, I don't want to stop. And coming home today, I was like, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to read this. And I haven't sat reading for, like, the last, 45 minutes reading this book. And I forgot how much I loved it. Like, every time I open this again, and it's a new day, I'm like, oh, yeah. I love this. Like, what else am I supposed to do? I don't like the new, like, edition covers of these, but I want them just so this could have its own shelf. I want special editions of it. I want special hardcovers of them. Like, I want it all. Give it all to me. I'm literally probably going to hunt down copies of this book because it means so much to me. But I digress. We had the little ball at the orders where Tasana showed off her scars. I'm pretty sure it's this dress right here, but I could be wrong. It could be a different dress, but it's a dress. It's like backless to show all of her scars from when Osmaris nearly killed and beat her to death. Literally like a monumental moment for this book because it's to make a statement. Because all these people in power, Zerath freaking Aldris, they literally arch-commanded of the orders, literally was going to throw, knew who Tasana was, and didn't save her. Didn't bring her to Aura, didn't bring her to the Orders of Midnight. He sat there, looked at her, and liked the power that he held over her and kept her there. And then let her nearly die to let her into the Orders. It was a statement to be like, hey, you don't see this, you probably don't even know about it, but it's happening, and it happened to me. And then, okay, Max told Tasana to not go to the meeting with Zerath. But she was like, I'm gonna go. She literally just signed her life away again. She just basically put her life, like, put herself back in slavery, not only for herself, but, like, for other people, and specifically for Max as well, because she basically told Zerath and was like, hey, if I'm doing this for you, you're gonna give Max his freedom. He's allowed to do whatever he wants. He's no longer held by the law of the orders. He can do whatever he wants with whoever he wants. Like, that's a thing. She is so selfless, and it is, I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Like, yeah, obviously it can get kind of annoying sometimes, kind of depending on, like, how we're going with things. But other than that, I'm enjoying it a fucking lot. I love Tasana. She is probably one of, if I had to make like a character list of like all my favorite FMCs, she is at the top along with like Jude and Scarlet from the Lady of Darkness series. Those are like probably my top 3 right there, if I had to be honest. And Bree from the Legendborn series. And Ren. Yeah, don't even get me started. But yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying this. I'm going to try and read probably a bit more. Probably about I want to say I want to finish it, but that's over 200 pages. So that's a bit much, but I at least want to try to get like another like 170 pages, so like 350. Basically I want to try and get to where I'm supposed to be ending at today, which is page 361. So we will see if I can do that, but if not, then I'm not gonna be upset about it. But will strive for page 361. So like 180 pages, which isn't that bad. And considering I read like 40 pages in an hour, I read more than 40 pages an hour because I read like 41 pages in 40 minutes. So I probably read about 60 pages in 60 minutes. I digress. I've kept you long enough. I've given you, we've talked, we've chatted. I love this book. Okay, I love this. Here come the waterworks. No matter how many times I read this scene, I will always cry. Like, I know this was coming. This is my third read through of this book, okay? I knew it was coming. But I cry every single time. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean that... How am I even supposed to, like, make it through this book? If you have read this book, it's gonna be a little bit of spoilers. I literally just talked to you maybe like 10 minutes ago over there. If you have read this book, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you want spoilers, then go ahead. But I will be placing, again, spoiler warning. I'm basically at the part where we go through Max killing his whole family because of Rashay. And every time I read this scene, I cry. Me crying again this time around, I'm solidified that this book is a 5-star for me because I don't cry. I'm not a crier. I have to say that I say that a lot. So if a book makes me cry, I feel like I have to give it 5 stars. It's not all the time that I give books 5 stars that I cry to, because I've cried in books that I've only given 4.5 stars. Or 4 stars. But this is one where I just feel so deeply connected to these characters. I feel so deeply connected to this world. We'll have to give it 5 stars. I think I have to live by the fact that this is 5 stars. Hello. I made it to another marker that I had in the book for 100 pages of every day. I didn't make it there last night, although I really wanted to. We're gonna try again tonight. I'm actually, now that I've made it to where I was supposed to make it last night, I'm going to reward myself and watch an episode of My Demon because that has been my obsession. I didn't really care for the first episode, but then I kind of watched the second episode, and the third episode, and the fourth episode. I think I'm on the 5th episode, and I'm obsessed with it now. So here we are. But I come to you with updates because, like I said, I've made another 100 pages, so that means we can talk. Holy shit! I gave you a small update last night talking about how I was reading the scene. Spoiler warning, by the way. Spoiler warning. I was reading the scene with Max where Rashay, I don't know how I want to say it. I say it both ways depending on my mood, I guess. But I was reading it last night and I was at the point where Rashay murders his whole family pretty much, and he has to sit behind the scenes in his own head, trapped in his own head, and watch as this happens, and I cried. So yeah, this third reread just proves to me this is a 5-star God tier series for me because I cried. I have such deep feelings for Max, and like I said, we've only really just gotten his POV for the last 100 pages, not even 100 pages yet. His first POV is until page 279. I'm only on page 361 at the moment. So we haven't even had his POV for 104 pages. But I have such deep feelings for him. Such deep connection to him, just based off everything that we've got from Tasana. And now having his point of view and being in his head has solidified that I feel the right way about him. He is such like a green flag. But not only that, he has been through so much. Like they both have. And they don't trauma bond. I hate when like it becomes like a trauma bonding thing where they compare the traumas they've been through and bond over it. No, they're literally healing each other. Like in ways unimaginable, okay? And I love it. I love it. I did decide to post no videos this week. Just so I can try and get this done. Because I have the next 4 days off of the route. I have today off, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I don't know about Friday. I don't have to be to work till 4 on Friday. So we're kind of like in that like little groove. So I'm going to try and read as much as I can. Maybe even make it through this one and book 2 in these 3 days. Obviously, I can finish this literally by tomorrow. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to watch an episode of My Demon, then read some more, and then so on and so forth. I am currently in the middle of drinking an energy drink as well, so I can stay up. I was originally going to do like a 24-hour readathon because I start my new job next week, but that's out of the question. But currently in the book, we are on our way to Thorell because the like war in Aura has gotten thicker and it's getting up there, and so they're literally going to Aura now. Thorell now, so they can complete Tasana's half of like the blood pact that they have with her and help her free the slaves and come back so she can fight the war in Aura and then go back to fight more war in Thorell. I don't know how well it's going to keep up with. I think the whole of book 2 literally is the war almost for book 2. I think all of it is nearly the war in Aura. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that correctly. But we will see. Like I said, I know I can definitely finish this tomorrow and probably get through a good little chunk of Children of Fallen Gods wherever my books are. I think they're somewhere over here, like out of camera sight. You can't see them. Oh, they're over there. That's still out of camera sight. Like you can't see them. But also, moments happened where Rashai took over and nearly killed Max. Vital moment here because it's like they're now literally living in like their worst nightmares right now. And with the way they're feeling, literally was just reading and I was freaking out over them holding hands. Why? Literally, Tasana slides her hand into his and they literally interlock. I got a little giddy at that. Like, we're 300 pages in and that's the first little thing we got. They haven't even kissed yet. No little smooches. We don't get that for like another like 40, 50 pages, I don't think. I don't even remember. Like, they don't kiss until we have like this much of the book left or something. I don't even know. Like, the slow burns, and then once it is no longer burning, it's I don't want to say it's not even burning. It's constantly burning once they finally like smooch and do the deed. It's constantly burning after that. Like the tension between them and like the chemistry. I'm ready. I'm so ready. But yeah, definitely gonna try and get through another like 50, 60 pages tonight. It is only like 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's only 8 o'clock. My demon episode is like an hour long, so I won't be reading this till like 10 o'clock or like 9:30ish. But yeah, this reread is really, really fun. So yeah, I'm ready. I don't have a long excerpt to read for you today, but yeah, I'm enjoying this. My reading buddy is beside me. She's kind of like gotten up and like lay on the bed, then she'll come back and lay beside me, then got back on the bed, and then come back and lay beside me. It's kind of cute. You're kind of cute. But yeah, that's the update for 361 pages in. Next time I update you, I will either be finished or at least another like 100 pages. You're tilted up when you don't need to be tilted up. So maybe we welcome to the end of the video, guys. It's actually been a couple days since it's really only been like, when did I finish this? I finished this Tuesday night or yesterday? The days are blowing together because I've been staying up like past midnight into like 2, 3 a.m., even 5 a.m. the next day. So like the days have blowed together this week. I think I finished this Tuesday night. And guys, 5 stars. Like I said, it's been a couple days, but I was like debating whether I wanted to make this into one big vlog for the whole series or do 3 separate vlogs. I have decided to do 3 separate vlogs for each of these. So I will be starting Children of Fallen Gods probably beginning of February. I just want time to incorporate mood reading in it, but I also don't want to slump myself out by reading the whole series like back to back to back. So you're gonna have all of them very soon. But the ending of this, the last bit of this was very chaotic. A lot went down, but it's so worth it. Like every bit of this story is written with such care. You can tell how much care Carissa put into this. It's her debut novel. It's her first book. She put so much care into it, and I can see it. It's so good. I am going to be reading you a quote because my babies, yeah. Yeah, my babies. So basically, he's talking about what made him start his garden or whatever. And he's like, you gave me the same feeling to Sana. Not right away, though I will admit, it says Snip Snip was fairly charming from the beginning. But a couple of weeks later, when you told me why you had come to Aura and what you planned to do, I had just forgotten that people could be that way. That there were people who just wanted to do something good for the world. But you are so much more than that, Chichisana. I think you forget that. You pushed as hard as I did and saw everything worth seeing and regaled me with your frankly terrible jokes, and you became my friend. Your goals made me respect you, but it was everything else that made me. I told you that together we would find a way to do this, and I meant it. But I stand with you until the end, Tasana. You, Tasana. If you wanted to run, I surely find a way out. And if it all goes up in flames, I'll burn right beside you, and it will still be the best thing I ever. Stop. You can do it even if I can't. It's easy for someone to die, but it is so much more valuable to live. I do not give you much to fail if I fail. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Yes, he whispered. I don't believe you. You're the best of men, Max Sanchez Furlong. No matter how much you try to convince the world otherwise, promise me that you'll keep finding your battles, even if I lose mine. You won't. Promise. I promise, he murmured into my hair. My babies are so... Okay. They're so... They make me so emotional and so giddy, but, like, they're so worth it. Like, that's so... They're so good. They're so good for each other. It's not even funny. The way they heal each other in ways that's unimaginable. It's like they were made for each other. Honestly, Max is my, like, number 2 book boyfriend after Cardan. Because no one can beat Cardan, okay? That's just not possible. But then there's Max. There's Max. And he just... I did give this a 5-star, and I think I'm going to stick with that. This just feels like a 5-star book. It gave me 5-star feels kind of from the beginning, if we're being honest, but I was kind of iffy on giving it 5 stars during my second read, considering I gave it like 3 on my first, and then I go back and reread it, and I was like, this is one of the best books I've ever read. I've got to stop being like shy with my 5-star ratings because it's my rating system. If I want to rate a book 5 stars, I can rate a book 5 stars, and you can't like be mad at me for it. But I digress. I finished it. Maybe it finished me. Don't know. I don't want to say that though because I still have books 2 and 3 to read. So with that being said, I will see you guys hopefully soon in the next video. I have a vlog coming your way of trying to read through my TBR for the month and finish some current reads. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, whatever part of the world you're having it in. Down below will be my Fable, my Goodreads, and my Instagram link for you to go check out if you want to check out. Keep an eye out for the vlog for Children of Fallen Gods. I will update you on when that is coming out and when I start filming it. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Good.